Finally, new Muse songs. So I got up early for when this came out and actually couldn't go back to sleep after because I was just so busy thinking about the song. I tried laying down for a few hours and I could not sleep. So I guess I have to talk about the song now. So when Dig Down came out, I was kind of disappointed. Then Thought Contagion came out and I loved that song. I thought it was great. At first, I actually thought it was kind of repetitive, but now I've grown to absolutely love it. And then when I stepped into this song, well, let's just talk about it. So let's start with the negatives. The intro, the first few seconds, right when I hit play, let's set the stage here. You know, we've heard this beautiful acoustic demo from Matt. We heard a preview from the Drones World Tour, which sounded really full and cool. And right when I hit play, I just heard this kind of dull sounding bouncy synth, which is a weird combo. Immediately, I was kind of wary about it. And then as soon as the song started progressing, I started getting more and more into it. I know why they did that is because they were using the high end of the frequency range for the acoustic and then the low range was for the synth. So they balanced it that way, but it just wasn't as pleasing to the ears to hear that synth right at the start. Also, there's a couple times where they have a lot of things going on in this song that are just super cool, but there's just almost so many at times it feels a little bit overcrowded and muddy. Not because the quality is bad or anything like that. It's just there's so many awesome things happening. It's just whoa, where do I even listen? And then at least on my speakers, it didn't come through 100% clearly at every moment. I also wish the bridge did just a tiny bit more. And I understand why he didn't do an electric guitar solo there like he did in Madness and stuff like that, because he obviously, logistically, he wants to be on the acoustic here. He's going to want to be on the acoustic for the whole song. And if in the middle of the song you had to switch to the electric and then the acoustic kept playing from Morgan, it would be a weird situation. So they went with the synth solo probably because of that. However, it's almost just one note the whole time, and it could have done some really cool stuff, maybe arpeggios, all that stuff, but there's so many cool things I want to talk about with the song. I absolutely love the different sound they go for here. Almost throughout their whole discography, everything they've done has been kind of dark, kind of sad, or ominous. And this was just a heartfelt, personal song that did feel synthetic at times, of course, because it's driven by synths and stuff like that. It's a more intimate song, but it's very intricately written as well. It's not a 4-chord song like Dig Down where it's repeating the same thing over and over again. It actually has some really cool songwriting techniques, such as switching to 2/4 for a couple bars here and there. It has amazing harmonies. It has a fantastic melody. I love almost everything they did with this song. The tone of the synths during the melody part that goes, human, human, that part, the synths tone was just water.
You could say it buttered my biscuit, you bad boy, Bellamy, you bad boy.
It was so perfect. It fit everything that I wanted in the song and more. I think Matt's voice and the melody in general just sound flawless. And I actually really do enjoy the acoustic part. It is relatively simple. He's just kind of picking away and then it turns into strumming later on. I like the progression, how it starts with the picking and leads to the strumming. And I actually just really like the upbeat feel. If you are in it for the super hardcore heavy Muse songs, it's not that. Even back as early as Absolution, they had some ballads that weren't exactly like what you would typically expect from Muse. Endlessly, for example, is a big difference from what you would normally expect from Muse, I think, at least at that time. I love the details in the mix. There's a lot of minor things here and there, there's a section with organ, and I think that's super cool. It's a callback to Megalomania almost, or Unnatural Selection. They've used it sprinkled throughout their discography. And I really love it in this chill context, which is so different from the other ones they've had. Don't text me right now, I'm talking about Muse. I mentioned it compared to Dig Down, how it wasn't just 4 chords repeated over again with a melody line that was just one note. Dig down! It's a very complex melody. It's a song that moves at the pace of a gallop. It's you're trotting along, and that really goes with the theme of the lyrics as well, where he's on a road and he has thousands of miles to go. I don't talk too much about lyrics or music videos here, but I just think the whole song worked on every level they wanted it to. And I think for what this song wanted to achieve, it did everything and probably a little bit more as well. I've seen actually surprisingly really positive feedback on the song. I thought people were going to hate it just because it was different. I mean, this is definitely not a song that's going to be for everybody, and I completely understand if it's not for you. However, for what it is, I think it's a great song. It's so different that if you're expecting the typical Muse stuff, you might be dissatisfied. But if you have an open mind and you go into it and listen more than once, because something that I've learned is you need to give a song more than one chance. People put dozens of hours into making songs like this, and to give it a 3-minute section of your day to listen to is not really enough. Like, it might take 10 listens for somebody to really, have a song click with them, or maybe even have it sit for an hour and come back to it. I listened to it a couple times, then left and came back and listened to it again, and a few more times. Every time it grew more and more on me. I think the song moves so fluidly from part to part, despite it having some weird time signatures with the extra 2/4 bars in there. It feels so natural. It feels like a song that it sounds like a song that just came together really easily. Like they knew exactly what they wanted to do. So overall, I'm really liking this song a lot. I think I do prefer Thought Contagion just by a tiny bit, but I think it's a great song. If I gave Dig Down, let's say like a 3 out of 5 and Thought Contagion a 4.5 out of 5, then I'd give this song about a 4 out of 5. So an 8 out of 10. I think this song is a great song. It's a great change of pace. I love how they're experimenting, which is something that Muse has done throughout the years. And that was something that really disappointed me about some of their previous singles, is that they seemed a little bit derivative of what they've done in the past. And I think it's great to see them trying new things, and I'm excited to hear more of it on the album. So yeah, new album coming out in November, new single in October, ton of new Muse stuff. Expect me to do a cover of this in a somewhat different style. I'm not sure exactly what style I want to do yet, but I have to listen to it a little bit more. But I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. But make sure you let me know honestly down in the comments if you guys hate it or you like it. Also, check out the collaboration of a Music Box cover of Thought Contagion that I did with the channel Box of Music. And that'll be annotated in the top right. See you guys later. Bye.